Hi, I'm Charlotte, and welcome to Married, Single, Divorced. I'm here with my besties.
Hi, I'm Larissa, and I'm married.
And I'm Fern, happily divorced.
And by elimination, that makes me your single girl. We're bringing the group chat online and showing you behind the scenes of our very different lives.
We're confessing intimate thoughts, making jokes at our own expense, and proving life isn't all glossy Instagram feeds.
Our goal? To show the messy, funny, unfiltered side of marriage, motherhood, dating, and everything in between.
Coming up this week.
Is there anything that we have shared on the podcast that anyone goes, I wish I hadn't, like you wish you could take it back?
This is a one-way diary.
I may have a little bit, just a touch of overshare.
Sometimes when we're talking, I just think I'm yabbling on to you two, and then I'm like, oh, there's people at the end of the internet listening to it.
None of us would want to talk about sex on the pod.
Welcome back. Hello.
Hello.
I want to say good evening, but I feel like most people listen in the morning / afternoon.
Don't know.
When do you listen, guys?
Yeah.
Have you got a schedule? Are we in your schedule?
Good, whatever time of the day it is for you. I did have a little look at the stats. Most people listen like in the morning or in the evening.
Oh, not a lot in the middle of the commute.
Commute times. You know, stats girl.
You like your
Love
stats.
a bit of data.
Anyway, Larissa, what have you been doing this week?
I've been shouting at builders. Like Kelsa Breeze again. I don't know if it's because they're men.
Oh,
Okay.
Man basher, woo! No, I was fuming last week. Yeah, we went to the house and basically our builder had gone gung-ho and started cutting recesses into walls that we didn't think we'd asked for, nor the other guy who's doing the bathrooms had asked for. And then it was one of those awkward, like, he said, she said, like, he told me and she told me, and da-da-da. And I was just thinking, oh my God, like, who's going to fix the holes in the wall?
well, it's like, that's fine. I don't get who said it,
Yeah.
but that's not right.
And whilst all this is going on, I'm thinking, should I learn to be like a tradie?
I think we should all do it. We would make a killing.
I read a book, might have been a chick lit book, and the business was really successful because they were a women-only trade company, and they trained people up from the start, and they had like this whole thing where they put women through apprenticeships, and they had one of the best trade businesses going.
Right, come on, that's our next plan.
Side hustle.
You can be plumber, you can be electrician.
Why are you giving me poo? I didn't want poo.
Because it's your forte.
I don't want the
It's
poo.
all right, I've got the big stick.
No, if I don't know, what would you guys be if you were a tradie?
Well, I've already tried my hand at electrics, and I wasn't good at that. I reckon I'd go carpenter, like
Joinery.
woodwork.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
She'd be the joiner.
Yeah.
I'm not the plumber.
So that
No.
falls on you, Larissa, the plumber.
Right, sorry. I could go electrician, I think.
Yeah.
Can you do gas and electric? Is that a thing? Or are you one or the other?
No.
Right, well.
This is our problem. Oh, don't know.
I'll take the
Plasterer.
plumbing.
Plasterer.
Oh, brutal on the... Oh, no, your shoulders.
Right, I'm a plasterer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right, we've got our roles.
Between us. And if any other ladies want to join,
Yeah.
anyone want to pitch in on the house so we can actually get in this summer?
So you've got holes in a wall that you don't want.
Yeah. And it was just one of those where who knows what the hell is going on again. And the thing that I find really hard is shouting doesn't get anyone anywhere.
No.
So I don't want to go in all guns blazing shouting, but there needs to be some kind of
But if you don't put
plan.
some force.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
sometimes it's just like pestering gets a bit more, doesn't it?
And then if they say, oh, you're nagging, well, you won't be nagging if you did the job. So.
Yeah, I think it is a very like woman thing, woman bash. Because I saw the plumber today, and he's like, "Oh, you're like my missus. She nags me to get jobs done." And I was like,
Excuse me.
Yeah. And his missus runs the pub that's next door to Kirkham's Garage in Bessie's.
Don't know that.
So let's go in and nag her.
Is it
Get her to nag
Naghead?
I think it's called Bessie's. Bessie's?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know what you're talking
He just
about.
told me. Fern, what have you been up to?
I went to yoga last night.
Oh, do you
And I did a blaze class, like a HIIT class this morning. I'm so sore.
Oh, I thought you were going to say someone's hit on you. Charlotte gave me a teaser.
Oh, yeah, because I was a bit
What?
you were like teasing us before. I was like, she's been on Hinge.
No, I have been on Hinge.
Give us what we want. Give us the one.
So I've got.
Teasing me with a sore bicep then.
I knew
know,
I
I was
could
just
see
gonna-
there was like a glint in her eye. I was like, come on.
I've got a bit of a rare opportunity because my kids are going on like the PGL residential. First Monday back after half term. So they go Monday and Tuesday night. They don't come back till Wednesday. Now, I obviously don't work a Tuesday, but I'm like 9 till 3 Tuesday. Well, now I'm all day Tuesday.
You're all
And
Monday
night. So
Tuesday
night.
night.
I've got a few more options to
A bigger
offer someone.
window,
Bigger
a big window.
Bigger window.
Yes, come on.
Well, we've got a potential, but you know, I'm not. I can't hold out much hope, can I?
No, I mean the success
past
rate so far has not been high.
So,
Question, does he have teeth?
open mouth picture.
Oh, whoop whoop! I was listening
Yeah.
back to that episode today. I was howling laughing because we're like, well, plaque's not a problem with no teeth.
There's a lot of
whistling through his
So
teeth.
he's got all his teeth. I'll show you a picture later. I just was waiting to tell you on here.
Get that
There's-
cup of
oh.
tea.
I think there's two on
Two?
the
Yeah,
on the go. You've got to, because if
She's
one
a
just
player.
one just stops talking, you can't just be like, oh, that's it then.
No, you've got to play the field. It's a numbers game,
It is.
unfortunately.
I've just got to keep going.
Charlotte's good with the numbers.
Gave it half an
There
hour
you
this
go.
morning when I woke up. I'll probably go half an hour tomorrow morning when I wake up.
Give yourself a power hour.
Yeah, I'm
Whoa.
determined. So next time,
Hello.
when are we next recording?
Oh, we don't record for ages now.
Oh,
It's nearly
okay.
like 2
Well,
weeks.
hopefully next time I'll have a
juicy
fun-
update.
fun
2
update
weeks,
for
I
you.
don't think we record for.
While Larissa goes on holiday.
Oh, no, we could. Well,
No.
Anyway.
yeah.
So that's my update. Sore biceps and shoulders
From all
a
that texting.
chaturanga. Oh yeah, it was the.
Chaturanga.
Charlotte, what have you been doing?
Not a lot, I feel like, but no, what have I been doing? No,
I feel like Charlotte's gone quiet.
yeah, a few
Catching
people
up
have
on your
said
sleep.
a few people have said that to me. They're like, "Oh, I've not really heard from you much, or you've not been on Instagram," and I'm like, "I've been tired." There was a week I just didn't really sleep much. My aura ring was like sleep debt 4 hours, sleep debt 4 hours. So like you have to do my normal 8 hours plus catch up on the 4 hours, which is
Can
quite
you? Does that work?
Oh, I've no
I
idea.
thought that was one of these like
myths.
yeah, where it's like you actually can never catch up on that sleep.
No, I don't think you ever can, but it's taken me about 10 days to feel A-okay with myself. I think, was it one night last week I put a film on about 7 o'clock at night. At 10 past 7, I was like falling asleep on the couch. And I think at 7:45, I was like, I've got to go to bed. Like, I've got to just, no. I've got to, and I went to bed and I had like, I think 11 hours sleep. Like, so I was
Nice,
tired.
yeah.
And then still went to bed early the next day. So, but God, I sound fun, don't I?
Well, you've caught
It
up on
is
your
what
sleep.
it is.
Your body needs what it needs.
But I did have a question actually from someone this week I wanted to pose for you guys. One of our listeners.
Oh, lovely.
Don't know if she wants a name out there, but Livy messaged me because I think she just caught up on one of the episodes and she's like, you end the podcast by saying that boys and girls can't be just friends. And I was like, yeah, stand by that decision. She's like, and I'm pretty sure a couple of weeks before you've been on holiday with your friend that's a boy. Chaotic airport story.
Yeah.
It's a true story. I did go on holiday with
Yes.
him and he is just a friend.
So what makes that just a friend? When we're saying somebody potentially wants a bit more, is this something like you regularly go, or was it just a, we're both free, let's just...
It was a bit, we're both free, let's just go. Bear in mind that trip was 12 months ago now. I might have texted him twice in between.
So I think that's just a circumstance.
Yeah, one of them was like, do you want to ski next week?
We haven't asked the other burning question.
What?
Did either of you want to sleep with each other?
Yeah, was there a bit of...
I can't talk about that. I just get awkward.
Because I was going to say, there's no... I'd say there's less awkwardness there in this... Well, in terms of the question, because both single people going on a...
Were you sharing a room?
Yeah.
A bed?
No, like a European
twin,
double.
yeah.
So it had like a crack down the middle.
Oh, but like you might have touched in the night.
Yeah, you could have. I mean, we didn't, but
She's just like, just to clarify, we did not touch. No, but I think from the episode, I was saying boys and girls can't be friends. And I was thinking of circumstances where people are in relationships and then they become friends. And then there's a messy line.
Best friend as the opposite sex. I think that's where my line drawn. I'm like, if you're best friends, if they're the best person like in your life, what stops it being something more? I think that's where I find a line that's a bit funny. Is it just because you're married to someone else or like in a relationship with someone else that you're not taking it further? Whereas I feel like that was just
Charlotte's like, don't look at me, we didn't touch in the bed.
that was just a circumstance. You both wanted to go on a skiing holiday.
yeah. Nah, I mean, yeah.
You don't talk, it's not like, oh, because you went now you are best friends and you speak all the time. And then I'd be like, do you not think it is something more? If you were like, oh, we're going again in 3 months and we're going out for dinner, I'd be like, well, what is this? Whereas you're not. So I'm like, well,
that. If we bump into each other, we catch up, but that's it.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
So
I've
there,
not seen
okay.
him since the trip. I think we hugged at the airport as we left, and
See
I was
ya.
like, we'll see each other soon. But he's been away for the last 10 months, I think.
There you go.
Anyway, so that closes that chapter. Do we? I don't know.
I
But yeah,
still stand by my statement.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, but my opinion still stands.
and then the other one was just about work friends.
What, can you have friends of the opposite sex at work?
Yeah.
I think we did talk about it, and I think it was one of those again, like in the group setting of work. Yeah, fine. Like you might get along with someone, but are you then going to be like, oh, I really get along with them, so do you want to go out for dinner later, or do you want to go to the cinema with me? Whilst that person has a partner, or you have a partner, that's where it's then like
There's a
solo
blurry
time.
line.
Yeah, I think she
Like
asked,
in work, yeah, fine.
I think she said earlier, she's like, oh, when you're talking about work wives, I always thought it's fine until it goes into an emotional affairs territory, but where is the line?
Well, that's when I think it's the line,
yeah.
when it's then you're going out for dinner because or you're having a tough time with your relationship and that's the person you start leaning on, then it is a bit weird.
Yeah. Like I've had friends that are male in the workplace that I get on so well with, but once I've left the job, we don't hang out.
Yeah.
I mean, I bump into a couple of the guys I used to work with in coffee shops and things, and we might sit and catch up, but it's not like I'm like, hey, do you want to get a beer next week?
Or you're messaging them in the evening and in the day, and then it becomes...
the only thing we really have to talk about is work, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't work there anymore, and I don't want to talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
you can, there's some level of other stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just thought
So I
it was
hope we
quite
answered your
interesting.
questions. But please,
I
anyone
seemed
else
like a
send them in. I like
yeah.
that.
I felt a bit of a
I
hypocrite.
like being called out.
Yeah, I was a bit like, you are right. David is my friend, yeah.
And you went on holiday, but you didn't touch.
No, we
Just to
didn't touch
clarify.
No touch him.
Just friends.
Well,
But
nice
there,
weekly
there
update.
you go.
Obviously, on the podcast, we share a lot of our, I don't want to say personal. Is it personal details? I don't mean like
It's not
my
personal
address, but-
lives.
Yeah, it's our lives and stories of things that have happened to us,
Our experiences.
are happening to us, and I think that's maybe where this is again, like we're looking for this line. So, overshare. Is there anything that we have shared on the podcast that anyone goes, I wish I hadn't, like you wish you could take it back?
I feel like you're looking at us too. I'll go in. Yeah, I feel like I've overshared. And I don't know if it's because I'm living through it, that it feels I'm now getting other people's opinions on things
On
that...
something that isn't quite closed.
or in real life they wouldn't have an opinion on necessarily. I've always professed to being an open book. I'll tell you anything pretty much. Like if you want to talk about it, I'll say it how it is.
Apart from did you touch in bed?
We didn't though. Like I think it's because he is just my friend, and I'm like,
I can't talk about that.
Yeah, I've obviously shared a lot about my favourite, the dancer, and I guess it's I'm living through it still.
Yeah.
Like, I've not really...
You would ask some people's opinions. Some people's you wouldn't, but potentially you're getting...
Yeah, you guys would have known about it all anyway, but I think I talk about it on the podcast and I put it out there on the internet, and it's true. Anyone, therefore, can have an opinion on it. And there's time...
Well, I know, like, my mum walked into where you work and talked to you and was just like, you know, then gave you her opinion. But, you know, everyone's trying to be...
I think most people have been like, oh, sorry to hear you going through that.
Yeah.
That sucks. But it's almost then a lot like, it's like, I don't want to talk to you about this, actually. Like, this is a one-way diary.
I don't mind putting it out there, but I don't want the...
No, and I guess, like...
One-way diary is the best way to describe it. That is our podcast. I'll tell you everything, but don't come at me in return.
And I mean, because I think we've talked about in the past those social media.
Do you think it's almost because, like, if you were thinking about listeners that we don't know, that's fine. You're a bit like, yeah, they can know my story.
They can know whatever.
But it's like weird middle ground of people that, like, you would call maybe an acquaintance that you wouldn't tell that story to upon meeting them in a coffee shop, or you'd be like, that's not the story I'd tell you today.
Yeah.
And then
maybe, yeah, because it is almost this like no man's land of total strangers can know what they want to know. Like, that's fine. You guys, like, those really close to me would know. But I wouldn't normally be telling your mum, Fern, or your mum, Larissa. Like, I don't know. Maybe I would. But
and what I would say is our mums are very invested in all of our... it would appear.
Oh, yeah. And I guess at the time, I just talk and I'm just telling a story. And it doesn't occur to me that he's going to listen. Mm-hmm. And other people are going to listen and have an opinion. Because even someone texted me the other day like, oh, I've got things to say. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to know what you've got to say. Almost.
And I think it's because you're still living through it. Whereas, like, my version of telling my story, that was very much in the past, a long time ago, a closed book.
Yeah.
Like, I felt nothing but nice from it. Like, even if people had something to say on it, it was only in support of me, which no one's been anything but supportive of you.
No, yeah.
But it was closed, and it was like, oh, I'm so sorry you went through that, whereas yours is just a lot less closed.
Yeah, it's...
But Fern, thinking of that, with your sharing of your story, how would you feel, because it's out there and it's your, I'm devil's advocate, your version of the story, how would you feel if your girls listened to our podcast in a few years' time, heard those stories, and then maybe heard a different story from someone else? How do you feel about them listening, for it to be like a public record of...
I mean, I think everything I say, I do always have that in mind. Like, it's always very, I don't want to say like filtered, but I do think things through before I share it. And I'm like, there's some details that, like, I might not have shared because I've chosen what I think, one, very much knowing that my children at some point will listen to this, and that is their father.
Yeah.
But who they currently don't have a relationship with. So it's not like I'm thinking they're going to get this other side, this other warped version. They live with me. They only know me. Like, they don't know him. And he has made no effort to know them of recent years, to which I'm like, if he then wants to get in contact with them in 5 years' time, tell them a different side of the story, I think they're just sensible enough to, like, know the truth when they hear it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, maybe there'd be some details where maybe I wouldn't have. If they asked me now, I wouldn't share those details with them.
Yeah.
But a lot they do know. I don't know.
I mean, I always think when you spoke about it, it was quite curated. Like, you knew the story you wanted to portray from it. But I think you're quite calculated with everything. I feel like
That's calculated.
no, as in like you're not like me that's just like words just come out faster than like the brain can process them. Sometimes I'll listen to myself in a conversation. I'm like, stop talking. Like, just think about at least one sentence ahead. But do you think you have a job where you have to somewhat think as well about what's put online?
Very much, yeah. I have to be careful of what I share.
Yeah.
I do.
I need that.
Yeah, and I do. I then have to think. Also, in my job is a lot of talking. So I don't know, I'm just used to thinking about the point I want to get across and how I'm going to get that across. Like, I have to pre-think everything as part of my job, which is maybe why I am the way I am on here.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I feel like you've almost got to
it was where you just got them calculated. It
I don't know
sounded
if
a bit like...
Yeah, I don't think... Well, there's a classic case. Maybe I could have thought about a better word,
No,
but
I
I
think
didn't.
Very
It's like-
measured is more the approach. Like, even Fern thinking about things and writing them down, I just come and I'm like, woo-ba-doo-ba-doo. What are we going to talk about? But I think I need a touch of filtering.
So have you shared anything that you're not?
Well, I think the thing that people, I think, would think that I've shared too much, and I know my parents were like, whoa, Larissa,
What, your poo
that's...
stories?
Poo stories.
Oh, people love those.
And I was like, I'm not ashamed of the poo stories, but they were like a bit embarrassed on my behalf. And I was like, I'm owning my poo. I'm like, I don't...
That's me and my body.
That didn't bother me. I do find sometimes where I come and I'm a bit gung-ho, I then go home and I go, Mike, I may have a little bit, just a touch of overshare. And then I have to kind of...
I don't want to say damage control, but does it feel a bit like that? Or?
Well, sometimes it's a bit like just to relay what you've said, to go like, is this okay?
And then I have to listen to it back, because I do think you get into it and then you're like, oh. And I've listened to some and I'm like, wow, I really delved deep into that.
I think there was one episode where I must have listened to it about 4 or 5 times. I must have asked Fern to edit and cut and change bits loads of times. I just was not happy with
I remember the episode.
the story I was telling.
Yeah, I recall.
But does that change it? Does that mean that people don't actually know the full story? I don't know.
No, it's just the same as me saying like the story I tell you is still the story. There might just be details missing, but it's not details that change the essence of the story. It might just be those more personal details. And I'm like, well, that doesn't need to be there because that's for me
Yeah.
and the people closest to me that do know these things, but I don't need everything
Yeah.
out there.
I guess good things have come from you sharing as well.
I think that, like, I only
that
have
lady
positive
reached
to
out.
say.
Yeah.
Like, one of his next partners reaching out and her feeling like she'd got some sort of, like, closure on the situation through listening to it.
They were lovely messages.
Yeah.
I'd say in terms of...
I feel like me and Larissa are getting the backlash.
Fern's response to oversharing, which I didn't consider oversharing, was really positive and like women lifting women in sport. Ours, I would say mine has been a little bit more of a collateral fallout of questioning, is this okay? It involves, it's an active situation, as in it's still relevant. It's not an ex-partner who isn't on the scene, who doesn't have ties to the... So that has definitely been a bit more explosive for me post.
But has it been entirely like a negative thing, or has it maybe brought things forward to a point where you end up then being able to discuss them? Maybe it's not the ideal way for it to have come about, but does it bring things to the surface?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a more ongoing thing. I also think, just on a more like personal note for me, I found it quite cathartic sharing things, and I definitely think Mike would agree that actually I've grown in confidence and come out of myself more from being able... I feel like I've got a voice back, and I feel like I've gained confidence, gained ownership. Like, I'm quite happy to say the things that are out there. And if someone came up to me to talk about it, I'd be more than happy to talk about it. Whether that is, I'm going to say negative point of view or just an alternative point of view. I feel like I own my narrative and I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
So
I'm going to live by that.
But it is, and I think that's the thing, like, I think it just potentially makes for slightly uncomfortable situations sometimes with, like, conversations that come up. But I don't know if they are that negative. Like, even you Charlotte says, like, you know, I'm living it, and I wouldn't necessarily want that person's opinion. Like, they've been nothing but supportive.
Oh, yeah. And I think it almost promotes that conversation. Like you say, I'm potentially a bit of a coward and won't bring up things in real life. But having spoke about them with what feels like just you two here, I think that's what you forget is that, like, sometimes when we're talking, I just think I'm yabbling on to you two, and then I'm like, oh, there's people at the end of the internet listening to it, and I'm like, oh, okay, like,
I know
I've just shared away, and I've lost my train of thought, but...
Well, just to throw a side one in there, have you ever overshared or shared something that you wish you could take back pre-podcast? Like, do you ever see memories come up from your Facebook?
Oh, God, don't. I cringe. I feel sick just thinking about that. Some of the ones from uni.
You like writing on each other's wall, like, what you doing, where you out tonight? Like, but it, like, for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Fern said to Emma, where are we going tonight? And
Yeah,
then, like,
you post on each other's wall.
Yeah, for everyone to watch this conversation that's just like this mundane conversation. To then, like, have a status the next day, Bernie's feeling hungover. And
you always talk about yourself in the third person.
yeah, because it would say your name is...
Oh, God, I'm cringing.
And they come up, I'm like, like, nothing even that bad, but...
it is cringy, but then
That was of the time,
It was
wasn't
of the
it?
time, and we all did it. Makes me feel less awkward that we all lived that.
The memory pops up.
Oh, horrendous. Yeah, the memories we don't need.
Talking of memories, though, on Facebook, one popped up today, I think, of us at prom. Like, lower school prom.
Yeah.
So not sixth form prom.
Lower school prom.
I don't know what it was called.
Oh.
Yeah, like year 11 prom.
Yeah, that's it. Is that right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. School goes up to what, 13?
If you go to sixth form.
Oh, I thought it was 12.
No.
She's a numbers gal.
7 to 11. It's the first 5 years.
7 to 11. Should have known.
Primary school goes up to year 6.
Yeah.
College is
I
year
just
12,
went to the
13.
same one from like
I know,
4 to
there's the
18,
confusion.
So it's like, keep rolling them through. Yeah, of our prom. They're nice ones because they've got like all the pictures.
Pictures, little pictures pop up there, cute. But,
but
yeah,
yeah,
the
my face-
statuses, what were they?
Is regretting her decisions from last night.
Yeah, and sometimes...
What the hell did I do? I probably just stayed up too late. Pissed in
Or
the
like,
corner
it
of my
would be
room.
like... It'd be like cryptic ones, like, is not feeling good today, or like,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
DM
feeling
me, hon.
sad. Yeah, and then someone would put underneath, you'd be like, send me a private message.
I was never
Oh,
that
it's a
bad.
song lyric.
Oh, yeah,
Mine
I
with
was
the
very
song lyrics.
song lyric.
Oh, I wasn't cool enough to listen to songs.
Awful.
So. I don't know. Other than that, I don't think so. I think I've spoke about it before where I shared something on TikTok about a chocolate bar and people were like, oh my God, eat the bloody chocolate bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, leave me alone.
And it's that though, isn't it? You put something on social media, so is everyone allowed their opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't need to be horrible. I don't think they're allowed their... I think, yes, they can have an opinion, but if you can't say anything nice, don't say it at all.
I do.
Yeah,
get
no,
that.
I agree with that. But I think back in the day when we were having these cringe memories on Facebook and I was saying like, oh, so sad, like, blah, 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 and someone messaged me. It was probably a sentiment that I still feel now where I've had a crap day and I'll come here and I'll say, do you know what? I'm like slogging through life or what feels like slugging through life. But I'd be more than happy for someone to then come up to me and be like, what's happening? Like,
yeah, you
what's
almost
going on?
you put it out because you want that attention back.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah.
someone to give you that like validation.
Well, not necessarily
of-
want it back, but if someone was like, "Oh, I heard you weren't feeling great," I was like, "Actually, yeah, I wasn't feeling great," because there's less of the BS in betweeny, like, "Oh, my life's so like curated and beautiful," and I am incredibly lucky, and I do feel like I do come and see you guys maybe before we record, and I'm like, I actually feel really lucky. Like, I've had a really lovely time, love my kids, love my husband, but I'm allowed to bitch and be whiny, and because that's life.
Yeah, I say that sometimes. I'm like, just because it's not something that would bother you doesn't mean that it can't bother you per se. I'm not saying that I would say it between you two, but sometimes I'm like, someone will be like, oh, why would you let that bother you or stress you out? And I'm like, that's not your decision to make. Like, but
do you want another question?
Go on.
I'm not sure. She looks devious.
No. Do we post for connection or for validation? I think my opinion's totally changed on this.
I think mine's changed at starting the pod.
I asked this as a question, I think, on socials to people, didn't I?
Did you?
Very similar. Do you post for engagement or connection? Just quite similar. Yeah. I'd like to think it's for connection. There's an element of I'm checking the likes, so it's for validation.
Yeah, well, I think that's how I started out with the podcast very much. It was always like, how many people have listened? How many people have liked? How many people have, where are they, like? And then I just stopped because I was like, I'm just enjoying it. And I like the messages that we get sometimes, but like I sometimes look at like views on a silly video.
Oh, like that one that's, I think, nearly done 2 million views.
Oh, no.
Can I just say, the one that I was so invested in, which was our Bridgerton dancing, and bless Charlotte, who's never even watched it, but we were like, you will dance like a plonker, and people will like it. No one fucking liked it. I was like, oh.
But we had fun making it, and that's the bit where I'm like, I don't care, because we had such
fun
making
it. Howling. I went home in the car howling.
I had
stuck in my head for days. Why do I look at hobby horse? That's what it is. You nailed it.
But I like watch that video every time, and I smile every time I watch it, and I'm like, that's all I need. It was like, I'm past the point of really caring, like, if anyone's listening. Like, I just love that we get to do this. I do love that connection when people then like write in, or
maybe you're right, actually. Maybe
I care a lot less now
about the numbers.
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
But let's talk 5 years down the line, or 10 years down the line, thinking back to our Facebook era where we're cringing out at our statuses. 10 years time, would you look back at this chapter and see our Instagram page with our silly videos and think, what the hell were we doing?
I'd love to think no.
I'm going to say maybe not, because having had the business in the past, and I used to do silly videos on that, and I used to find them absolutely hilarious.
Still do, don't you, when you look back at them
now?
now?
Yeah, I thought they were great. Like, I used to do, like, you know, the Gemma Collins ones, or the one that your daughter loves. I'm not in bed. This is my office or something. Yeah. And it's just like me in the bed pretending I'm at work.
You and all your family doing the girls. Who will
when the world goes.
So good.
And I still look back at them and think, oh yeah, I loved that. Like, that was great. I think
you remember how you felt at the time, whereas I feel like the Facebook status was very much like, woe is me, like, give me some like weird attention. For me, I'm like, this is just us being us.
But I remember
authentically.
when I first used to put those videos out, you guys were always like, oh yeah, they're so funny. But some people would be like, whoa, you put that on the internet? I'm like, yeah, I did.
And I was messaging you going, do more.
She's just like, Sue loves the Gemma Collins ones.
But then you were like, they take me so long. And I was like, dude, now having like tried to do them, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Trying to sync it.
Oh yeah. I mean, no, I'm not embarrassed about anything I put on my personal Instagram. Or I remember going skiing once, and some of them were like, oh, you're doing what you eat in a day video. I'm like, yeah, I am actually.
And I think it's like when other people try to embarrass you over it. I've had quite a lot of that.
Oh, really?
At work.
Oh, really? Oh.
But you don't let them. And I'm literally just like, I own what I do. I'm like, yeah. I know. And then they're just like, oh, okay. And they just can't, because if you don't...
Yeah, if you just own it. It's like the time I got done cheating at school.
Yeah, I did. And what?
I was like, yeah, I cheated. And the teacher was like, eh? I was like... Yeah. What are you going to do? Pull me up in front of the class and make an example of me? Watch this. Were you in my biology class? I'm sure you were in biology.
No, I wouldn't have been.
You would have been. You guys were, Dr. Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, GCSE.
Oh, maybe.
Do you remember that chemistry lab on the ground floor, you know, with the thin corridor that went towards the library?
Yeah,
From like the old building. And
Anyway,
in there, really early on, straight away in GCSE, I must have copied someone's homework like within the first 2 weeks, and she pulled me up at the front of the class with someone else.
I don't remember this.
Who you'd copied from?
off, and we're like, one of you has copied. I was like, yeah, it was me. I've copied her work. She went, eh? She was brand new teacher as well. I was a bitch sometimes. And I was like, yeah, copied. She's like, oh. Like, because I think she was ready to be like, this is what's going to happen if you copy in front of people. I'm going to pull you up and embarrass you in front of the whole class.
You was like, me.
Yeah, it was me. I was like, yeah, I just didn't have time to do it. And she's like, well, why didn't you just not do it? And I was like, well, I didn't want to say I hadn't done it. Some things I was like,
Don't remember that. Speaking of ownership of things and being pulled up in class, I don't know whether you guys will remember, but there was two, and actually came up on my Facebook recently, two girls who were writing sort of like a fantasy love.
well, the next Twilight or the first Twilight.
Quite erotic.
Oh, there's like dragons at the minute in there. It's a big series.
But this was when we were at school.
Oh, right, okay.
And they were writing it to each other. And then the teacher, because they were passing notes, and then the teacher was like, and she read it out in the class.
I vaguely remember hearing about this.
Yeah, and we were all like, it was filthy. And then one of them was hysterically crying, because obviously it's very personal, and I don't think it was to each other. But they're still best friends, according to Facebook. So I was like, you guys go with your sexy erotic dragon stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Go on, have you got another question for us,
I
Fern?
do.
Fern's got the questions today. I love answering a question.
Do you?
So, obviously, we're now quite open and sharing stuff, but do you think private people are happier people? So, when we were at our friends the other day, and she said she quite often will just leave her phone in the car overnight and just not. She's like, because I just don't need it. And she was talking about another friend that was struggling with something, with like mental health maybe, and I think she was like, have you ever thought to just like leave it in the car?
Oh.
So, you know, like if you just put yourself out, you know, like I know you were saying at one point, Larissa, about taking steps away from social media and how your sisters have, and do you think that's made them happier, or do you think people who do that are happier?
I do, but I think that was for different reason. I don't know. I personally feel that if you can't step away from it, i.e. you're slightly addicted to it, deleting an app or leaving your phone in the car potentially would be a good thing to do. I know that I had to put some boundaries in place for me, for my mental health. I think that's the thing. I don't think necessarily, I definitely know that for some people I'm more private than others. So obviously I share a whole host of things on here, but there was obviously stuff with all of us that goes on behind the pod that we might discuss, but it isn't for the general population.
It's when we arrive and we're like, this is not for the pod, so let's go.
Quick, say everything.
Then I'll make the cup of teas in the break.
Yeah. And I don't, in my case, I don't think that's for preservation of me. It's for other people's privacy and well-being. I probably would share more, but I've got to respect.
Yeah, we know that what we talk about potentially has effects on other people, our relationships with other people, and it's not their choice to share that.
Yeah. And then I'm curated with who I tell certain things to, i.e. I wouldn't tell my parents certain things about intimate details about my relationship, for example. And that doesn't necessarily mean to like sexually intimate, just intimate as in arguments or disagreements or parenting issues or
Sorry, and laughing, Larissa messaged us, oh, we're having an argument. I was like, oh, go on. She's like, can you put biscuits on crackers? I was like, all right, okay.
Butter on crackers.
Butter on crackers. Biscuit on crackers, butter on crackers. I was like, all right, that's it, okay.
No, I was like, oh God, I was about to jump in and be like, oh my God, what is it? Is it something we said?
She's like, we're having can you have butter on crackers? And I'm like, okay, whatever.
So let us know, can you have butter on crackers?
Yeah.
I didn't. That was a real trailing ... Or I should have just typed it underneath. Sorry.
Oh, I was literally like about to swipe on it, like, oh my God, what's going on?
Cliffhanger. Sorry.
I loved it. It's fine.
But I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
If you need to put privacy in place and boundaries, and that helps you, then that's good.
That person a happy
but
person.
I don't, and that could make you happy. But other people might have to be more vulnerable and open to feel.
Historically, I've always been very private, as in I just don't have like a big social media presence, and I only really talk to, I don't go to anyone and start talking, but to me then this has made me feel better about.
So would you then say a more open person is a happier person?
Well, no, I think I agree with you that it depends on you, your personality type, and how that does make you feel. Some people might feel really happy being quite insular and like they're at home and that's their safe place and no one can get to them almost. Leaving that phone in the car, it's like that's where I'm happiest. But I think I like the connection and the...
I believe as humans we should have connection. So that's fine to leave your phone in the car. But then it's to pick it up and then, I don't know, I couldn't leave mine in the car overnight.
Get stolen, wouldn't it?
I've not told the story of Tea Leaf Tony. That's one for another day. I couldn't leave mine in the car.
So are you saying almost like what Larissa's saying, you couldn't, you're too like addicted to your phone almost?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I've really had to learn to be less on it. Like I scroll less than ever at the moment, and maybe that's why I'm posting less on Instagram. I do put my phone on do not disturb a lot. There's
I noticed that. I think
there's 2 or 3 people that can get through on the phone call, but other than that, then it's for me
to choose
to pick up those notifications. Like I don't have notifications on for most apps because I was with my sister and my mum and I was like, why is the news app giving you a notification? Nothing's that important in the world. Outside of us, we're the here and now, and I think yes, what's going on in the world is important, but I don't need a notification
it to be coming
for that.
to you when you're not.
I don't need Aura Ring to tell me I need to sleep more in the middle of the day. I have it on for phone, text. I don't even get an email notification. But I couldn't be without it. But I think you would say I'm a sharer in real life and open. But I think there's a lot of things I share and talk about openly. And then there's a lot that people just don't know. Someone asked me at college about something. They were like, oh, I didn't know that about you. And I was like, yeah, no.
You choose.
Even you guys can say, you might ask me a question. I'm like, I don't talk about that. But yeah, there's things I'm willing to put out there and I talk and connect to people about. But then, yeah, there's a lot of things. And I'm trying to be more open with a lot of things.
We're skirting it. Can we all just say our non-negotiable where we're like, none of us would want to talk about sex on the pod.
No.
I don't like talking to you guys about it.
But we just don't. Some people do, but...
Yeah, that's not where we're at. That's
no.
not us.
But even, I think I've spoke about it a little bit on here, my relationship with food. For a long time, that's not something I would have shared with anybody.
Yeah.
But for me, it's something I'm trying to work through, and I've got to talk to people. I think I spoke about
cathartic feeling to it.
Yeah.
Actually admitting to it, saying that this is an issue, and then
because I know I'm not the only person that has this relationship with food, and it's when I think I was saying to you, you were like, what does binge eating mean to you? And I was like, oh yeah, I can easily knock off 6 pastries, nothing to it. And Fern was like, oh yeah, that's quite a bit. I was like, yeah,
without any judgment or anything. I was just it was genuine.
You were just whoa,
because I think it's it's something you say. You're like, you know, oh, I haven't binged, I haven't done that, and I'm like, what does that mean? And it's
to
almost
you is different to someone else's.
To me, I'm just like, oh God, like we went past McDonald's, and then, you know, I had a meal, and then we ate a bag of popcorn later. Like, oh, like that.
Yeah,
you,
and I'm
you're
like,
just like,
oh yeah, just on the drive home from work, nailed 6 pastries. And you were like, oh yeah, okay.
Oh, I see.
I'm getting it now.
like, yeah, and it's that, and it's not knowing what someone's language means, and
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard. Like, I'm not saying, yeah, there's loads of things. I don't know. Because I do think I come across as like a real open book. But yeah, there's
open on your terms, though.
Yeah, on my
Which
terms.
is fine.
Like,
And that would be how a friendship or relationship
Yeah.
is. Because you're...
But I feel like it's one of those sometimes, like in a friendship, there's like boundaries, and you don't talk about certain things until someone does. You know,
Yeah.
until someone then like gives you intimate details about what their period looks like. You're like, oh my God, like, yeah, but
Me
like,
too, me too.
But I wouldn't have necessarily brought
Yeah.
that conversation forward, but knowing that someone else has almost put it out there, I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm comfortable now to talk with
Or
that.
like when we went on holiday and we all got a bit pissed and we're like, shall we compare nipples?
We did do that. Wouldn't have just whipped our tops off any time, but someone had the bright idea, so.
It was so
yeah,
bizarre.
oh, that was nuts at the time.
Yeah.
Have we spoke about that on the podcast?
No, I
No,
don't think
sorry.
I hadn't pre-agreed this, Larissa.
Because most people now would think, oh, Charlotte will think nothing of that, like being naked in front of someone. Which I don't really, but at the time, like, that was huge for me. I was like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
someone's going to have to see my nipple.
And then we got like nipple matches.
We did,
We
yeah.
found our like similar nips. So weird. And then I was saying this whilst I was mad deleting things on my phone to try and have enough memory. And I had a video of me breastfeeding, but it wasn't a video of me breastfeeding, it was like a video of, then I was like, oh, that's so weird. Then I was like, oh, breastfed in front of her, I've got my boobs out literally everywhere. And then it becomes so different because I was cringed out about that. And then suddenly you're like, oh, this is keeping someone alive. And I just, even in front of people's husbands and partners, and they're like, woo, woo, woo. And like our
I
friendship.
remember my own granddad, I was just like, put my baby on my boob, and I was just like, no, the baby needs feeding. And I remember thinking, I want one of those like cloths, I want one of those like things that comes over. A baby is crying, you're like, nah, you don't have to hide under a cloth.
No. But isn't it weird how you change? Because I
Yeah.
remember thinking, oh,
It's just like a little door you go through and you can't go back. You're like, now we talk about periods and poos.
People say that once you've had a child, like, you don't care about anything. I'm like, God, I haven't even had one.
No, but I don't think it's that. I think it's just like I said, if a friend like comes to you and talks to you about a certain thing, then you'd be like, oh, that's now on the table to talk about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, now I'll bring that conversation up, but it takes someone to almost like break down that barrier of, we don't talk about that. We just need to break Charlotte on sex. Not for the pod, sorry, you're not getting all them details, but just for us.
Okay, I don't know what you want to know.
Look at Squirm, I love it. Look how red she's got.
She's like, oh my God. Oh.
Also, it's like, I find this so funny, but my grandma. No, when she first fell pregnant with like my eldest uncle, she went to the doctors, and the doctor's like, "You pregnant?" She's like, "I don't know how. We've not even had sex." So God knows what
She thought
she was doing. She doesn't listen, but she'll love that I told that story. She's like, I don't know, we've not even had sex. And I was like,
I don't know if it's like an old wives' tale, but I'm sure my mum told me a story of this old couple that were like childless, and like they'd just never been able to get pregnant, and they were basically like having sex into a belly button. That's not a thing.
surely you just know what to do.
I don't know.
We don't talk about sex, so I'm a bit like, I mean, like, animals don't talk to each other and they know what to do.
Sexing her belly button. I don't know if they were like,
It'll be up the bum shortly.
I don't know. But yeah, apparently they've been doing it wrong all the years. And that's why I
Clearly.
should never...
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's broken our rule. No
Yeah,
sex
like,
rule.
on that bombshell. Bloody hell.
Well, my last thing is,
Go
to
on.
the listeners, is there anything you've ever shared that you wish you hadn't, or have had like a bit of bad consequence? We'd love to hear your stories.
Oh yeah, this is I would like to hear this one, actually. Make me feel better about oversharing.
Yeah.
But I think own the narrative,
That's
ladies.
right.
Yeah.
We are who we are.
Pooper.
We are.
I'm a pooper. Yeah. I just have my poo emoji hat on. That's me. And I'm proud of it.
You're not ashamed.
I'm the sharter. You're the sharter. You're the shitter.
Oh, dear.
But
Gosh.
Yeah.
thanks.
Let us know. Right then. Let's end this with a good shit only.
Our little small wins of the week.
Small wins of the week. Oh, I kind of like. Should we read it? No, it's good shit only. Small wins of the week.
Larissa,
My
have you got a good shit only?
I do.
Go on.
I made a fridge raid curry of all the leftover odds and sods of veg that had been accumulated over Easter weekend.
Did I inspire you when I cooked for you?
Oh, that curry, it wasn't
It
as
was
delicious
good.
as that, but it used up the veg and everyone ate it, including both children. That was
I
my
can't
win.
get my children to eat a curry.
Oh, they loved it.
So there you go.
Damn.
I'm doing an escape room tomorrow.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
yeah.
Nice.
With my mum and the girls in Bury.
I'm so jealous. Me and
Apparently
Mike.
it's the biggest one in Europe. It runs like under the building.
Have you not already been to it?
Yeah, we did a different room though last time.
Oh.
Why have you never told me about this?
What?
I'm obsessed. Me and Mike do escape rooms just on our own.
Do you? I don't know if I'm mad into them.
We've done 3, like for my birthday,
if
for
you
our
ever want
anniversary.
someone to come with you.
We love them.
Yeah, me and my mum love them. The girls love them.
Obsessed. Okay.
I don't love them. I go for the social, but I'm
I know. Remember last time we went with Charlotte, she just sat on the bed, which was the prop in the room. Was like, "Can you just do it?" I was like, "Help us, help us."
I don't mind helping, but like I'm not like, oh yeah, let me know. Like even when we did
She's not bothered.
No,
even when
I'm
we
like,
did Crystal
yeah.
Maze for someone's birthday, I was like, if I go in that room and you guys all shout at me, I'm gonna walk out. Talk to me calmly and tell me what I need to do. But if I go in there and it's like fought by hard, like, get the car, get the car. I was like, no, I'm gonna walk out. Like,
I remember her
Leave me
saying it as well.
leave me alone. But anyway, my good shit of the week. Oh, the weekend had loads of plans, but I cancelled nearly all of them.
Look at you, new person.
I know. I'm trying to preserve my own energy.
Good shit.
I cancelled all of them. And do you know what I decided to do instead? I closed all these loops. Fern, you love this
Oh,
one.
nice.
Oh my
I
god.
think you rang me and you listed it off. I was like, I'm so impressed.
Yeah. I had some clinics to book in, had some clients to email back. I had obviously my assignment to finish and hand in. I had to do something with a credit card. You know when you're like, boom, boom,
You booked your
boom.
flight for home.
I booked my flight home for the summer. I went and got my eyes tested. I went to the dentist. You know when you just like, give
tick,
me
tick, tick.
those jobs. Done. I don't know why I fanny around with them all the
No.
time.
God, just-
I'm a queen procrastinator when it comes to a job. An email that took like 2 minutes to write, tick, done. I was like, that's what I've been fannying around.
GSO. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom.
Just did it. And I was
Nailed
like,
it.
yeah.
Well done. Proud of you.
Well,
Feel
and then-
good.
Yeah, it did. Really good.
There you go then.
Until you put
Shut
more
those
stuff on.
loops. Yeah. Just opens more somewhere else, doesn't it?
Yeah, Pandora's box, but
Yeah.
well done.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Nailed it.
Share your good shit only with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget to share your good shit only. Right, let's go. Bye.
Bye.